We've got a question here from Kevin O'Brien from Deep Cove, North Vancouver.
Thank you. Michael, Scott, Dan, welcome. I'm originally from Cape Breton Island. To all the Maritimers out there. And I'm a former MLA for the Northwest Territories and a former Speaker of the House for Nunavut, now living in beautiful North Vancouver. There are many, many questions that I have, Michael. We only have a short period of time, but I'll direct this question actually to Scott. We know that we have many people in Canada, British Columbia, that cannot afford their drugs. But they don't have access to our drug plan. It's my understanding that we spend approximately $20 billion on drugs in Canada per year. This is not tendered, and the stats show that if it were tendered, that we could save $10 billion. That would build a lot of houses and help a lot of people. So my question is, why is it not tendered? And Scott, would you pursue that once you form the next government? Thank you.
Well, thanks, Kevin. Not only are you from Cape Breton, but you're a friend of Roger Cusner's, so there's two good points for you. Look, very rarely do all the premiers and territorial leaders agree on something. One of the things that they've been seeking for some time from the federal government is a national strategy and investment for pharmaceuticals and a pharmacare plan. In our last election, in fact, we had as part of our platform, particularly for catastrophic drugs, because a lot of families simply can't afford the drugs they need for their loved ones when they need it, and some provinces have it, some provinces don't, so it's a patchwork. Clearly, there's a role for the federal government in terms of purchasing, in terms of the potential cost savings, in terms of savings for Canadian patients. It's one of the areas where if you had a Prime Minister actually meeting with premiers from time to time, if you had a federal Minister of Health working actively with provincial ministers of health, if you had effective cooperative federalism like we used to have under Liberal Prime Ministers like Jean Chrétien and Paul Martin, things like this would get done. But a broader issue, moving beyond just pharmaceuticals, that's critically important, but we're entering now the health and social transfers discussions that will lead to hopefully an agreement by 2014 when the last agreement has runs out. The last time we had that discussion and we had the agreement was when we were in government in 2004. Ujo Dosanjh was the health minister at the time, and we were able to provide a $41 billion federal investment to the federal or to the provinces to help achieve an agreement at that time. This is going to be a very different kind of health and social transfer debate and discussion. The federal government has a record $56 billion deficit. Provinces have big deficits. This is going to be a very difficult debate over the next while. And I think one of the things that Canadians are going to have to ask themselves is, who do you trust as your Prime Minister to manage this debate and to ensure that we have a national single-payer healthcare system and that the principles of the Canada Health Act are respected. I think that's going to be one of the key debates in the next federal election. And frankly, as Liberals, I think we can be very proud that we have Michael Ignatieff and the Liberal Party, the party of Medicare, that we're going to be defending in the next federal election during that campaign. And Stephen Harper, we know, has not defended and does not believe in a single-payer Medicare system in Canada. So during the next federal election, I think this is going to be one of the most important debates, is who do you trust to defend the principles of universal health care in Canada and to ensure that we have a strong federal government that will defend Medicare during those negotiations leading up to 2014. And that Prime Minister is going to be Michael Ignatieff, and that government's going to be Liberal.